In example 3, we're going to find the greatest common factor. The question is, what is the greatest common factor of 20 and 50? Now I'm going to show you a couple different strategies on how to find the greatest common factor. This first strategy is to list the factors of each number, then find the greatest number that's in both lists. So my first number is 20, and I'm just simply going to list all the factors of 20. I'm going to go 1 and 20, 2, 10, 4, and 5. Now I want to do the same thing for the other number, 50. The factors there are 1, 50, 2, 25, 5, and 10. Now, after I get my list completed, I'm going to look for what factors they have in common. I can see they both have a 1 in common, a 2 in common, a 5, and a 10. Finally, the greatest of those common factors is my greatest common factor. So the largest of those common factors is 10. Greatest common factor of 20 and 50 is 10. That's the listing method. Another method is something called prime factorization. And what we're going to do is we're going to break down those composite numbers of 20 and 50 into prime factors and then multiply all common prime factors. So with my 20, I'm going to break it down and I'm going to use a tool called a factor tree. I'm going to keep on factoring it out until I get prime factors at the end of each branch. So 20 can break down into 2 and 10. 2 is a prime factor, so I'm going to circle that. 10 is composite, so I'm going to break it down further. It breaks into 2 and 5, which are both prime. I'm going to repeat this process for 50. 50 can break into 5 and 10. 5 is prime. 10 is composite. I'm going to do that until I get all prime factors at the end of the branches. Now, I like to use a Venn diagram to help me figure out what factors are common. I have to use this left circle to represent 20 and this right circle for 50. I can see that they both have a 2 in common, so I'm going to put that in the center. They both have a 5 in common. I'm going to put that in the center. 20 has a 2, so I'm going to put it over here, and 50 has a 5. Finally, to get the greatest common factor, I'm going to take all of the common prime factors and multiply them together. So I have a 2 and a 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Therefore, the greatest common factor of 20 and 50 is 10.